Welcome to 50 Ways to Create Miracles in Life. In this video, we will be talking about miracle principle number 43, breaking down the walls. We will compare the teachings of Edgar Cayce, A Course in Miracles, and the Bible. So here's our question. What if the walls between us were never as real as we've believed? Well, according to miracle principle number 43 in A Course in Miracles, miracles release you from a false sense of isolation, deprivation, and lack. So let's talk about this faulty perception of walls. Well, with the ego thinks that we must build strong walls and fight for everything that we need. But the miracle or miracle-mindedness actively breaks through the strongest walls we've built. This isn't passive, it's an active power, and it all comes from our minds. This is the explosive power of miracles and miracle-mindedness to break down walls. Miracles solve our feelings of isolation and deprivation by showing us that they are not true. The external result in our physical world naturally becomes one of connection and abundance. Now, we might not be able to go from complete despair to complete joy, right? But we can repeat to ourselves that our feelings of isolation and deprivation are false. So much of the time things seem true, but that doesn't mean that they are true. And we have to keep reminding ourselves of that. Now, what does the Cayce teaching say about this? The Cayce teaching talks about how service breaks down walls. Cayce taught that selfishness is a sin, but he did not define selfishness as the world defines it. He defines selfishness as the belief that you are separate from others. He said that we must stop building fences or walls and start building channels. He said, "For as ye give, it is given back." This is an unchangeable law, and this is how we break down the wall, through service. He taught that life operates according to the spiritual law of reciprocity. So the qualities that we extend to others, which are love, kindness, friendship, they tend to return to us. This is the spiritual law of reciprocity, and this is how we break down walls. Now, the Bible has a similar teaching. The Bible talks about strength without walls. The Bible teaches that grace doesn't just trickle into us, grace abounds to us. And this is the strength of faith. No distance exists where God's grace is recognized. And in Philippians 4, verse 13, it says, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." This is describing our strength of faith as the miracle state of mind. The strength allows us to look at a situation where we feel isolated and remember that neither distance, which is isolation, or poverty, which is lack, can exist where God's grace is recognized. And that is an explosive power that just breaks down those walls. So we can practice breaking down the walls. We can say to ourselves, "I am not alone. I can do all things." And then we can open the channel. Are we feeling unappreciated? Find someone to thank. Are we feeling lonely? We can reach out to someone. Now you can start your own Miracle Principle study group using 50 Ways to Create Miracles in Life. Go to elainechandler.com/miracle-living and download your free study group starter pack. Thanks for joining. I'll talk to you next time.